Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be doing our Championship Game Week 36 predictions. And it's just some massive playoff games, and there's a massive relegation scrap in this as well. There's some big games, as there usually is in these sort of game weeks. But yeah, just to let you know, I got 11 points out last week. My predictions, it's pretty decent to be fair. 11 points. I got the Coventry City scores correct. I got Forest, Bristol correct, and I got a few more. But yeah, 11 points, decent. We're going to add up a tally, see how much I get overall. But yeah, should we get into the first game, which is Sheffield United versus Nottingham Forest? There's 2 Friday night games, and this is one of them. A massive game. No one actually knows the magnitude of this game. Whoever wins this game, let's be honest, is pretty much getting promotion. Not promotion, playoffs. No, to be fair, whoever wins this game definitely ups their chances of getting playoffs, and it's a massive game. Sheffield United, they lost to Millwall last game. Forest beat Bristol City last game. It's massive. And you know, in a massive game, teams usually cancel themselves out. 1-1. Nottingham Forest could win the game. Sheffield United could. They both could snatch a last-minute winner or a winner. But yeah, for me, 1-1. Moving on to Huddersfield Town versus Peterborough United, and Huddersfield Town are on a 17-match unbeaten run. Absolutely phenomenal, and I don't see. No offense to this Huddersfield Town, Peterborough United side, but I just don't see them beating them. It's a hard game it's a definite hard game to win over Peterborough, over Huddersfield Town, especially on the run they're having. Brilliant, and they just seem to win games where you don't think they could. And I'm just gonna go for 2-0 to Huddersfield Town. They're third. They're looking good. Yeah, so 2-0. Moving on to Fulham versus Blackburn Rovers, a playoffs, and Fulham, top of the table. Brilliant team. Blackburn Rovers picking up a big 1-0 win over QPR, but Blackburn, decent side. Fulham, absolutely phenomenal. I think they will I think they will win the title in the end. Could be 100 points, you never know. Mitrovic on fine form. I'm going to go for sort of an embarrassing result for Blackburn Rovers. 3-1 for them. I think Mitrovic could get a brace. He's on 34 for the season. He's on absolutely phenomenal form. And yeah, 3-1 for me for Fulham. Moving on to the BCFC derby. Bristol City versus Birmingham City. What game this is going to be. Two teams down there. Birmingham 20th, Bristol City, I think 17th. The two teams are down there. 3 points separate these two sides, and Birmingham just do not know how to score. Bristol City look decent in games, but to be fair, don't really know how to win games. It's been interesting. Bristol City, they've looked good. They should have got at least a draw against Coventry City. They got unlucky against Forest. Birmingham's woeful, absolutely woeful, and I'm surprised how bad Birmingham City have been. I'm going to back 1-0 Bristol. It's not going to be pretty, and I don't think you should be watching this unless you're a Birmingham Bristol fan. But yeah, it's going to be a scrappy, cagey 1-0 win for Bristol City. Moving on to a relegation zone game. Derby County versus Barnsley. Two teams in separate form. Derby losing some games, really losing their grip, their form, and their fight. It seems like it's hard to say that, but they're losing their fight. Finally realising it's going to be so hard to get out of this, and if they can go on a mad win run again like they did last game, who knows? But Derby, it's looking poor for them, and if they lose to Barnsley, I'm sorry, but you're relegated. If you lose to Barnsley, you're relegated. For that reason, even though Barnsley have been brilliant, I think it will be the fight will start again for Derby County. A 1-0 KG win again, but a massive, massive win to try and reach this Reading side. It's going to be massive, massive for Derby County. And Barnsley, they look good. They've been on some good run of form. They've been brilliant run of form recently, but I think the fight from Derby will be too much to handle for Barnsley. Yeah, Hull City. Moving on to Hull City versus West Bromwich Albion. Hull City looking, decent. Somehow surviving. They came up and everyone thought they wouldn't survive. They did survive. West Brom, 13th. They're in the lower half of the table, for goodness sake. They're doing dreadful. And it's just scary for West Brom fans who will definitely not get playoffs. I'm telling you now, they will not get playoffs. I might be wrong. I may be wrong, but I just don't think he will. But Hull City look brilliant. I'm going to go for 2-1 West Brom, and then West Brom will bring back. You didn't expect that, did you? You saw Hull City win. Nah, I'm going to go 2-1 West Brom. And yeah, Hull City look good, but, so be it. Middlesbrough, I think, will have enough in the tank. West Brom even have enough in the tank. Moving on to Middlesbrough versus Luton Town. Just let me check. What am I seeing here? 66th minute by the time I'm recording. Luton Town, was it? Luton Town 2, Chelsea 1. Luton Town 2, Chelsea 1 in the FA Cup, 66th minute. I'm not too sure if I'm hearing or seeing that correctly. 2-1 Luton against Chelsea. And Middlesbrough beat Tottenham. These two teams, yeah. I may jinx it for Luton Town fans, and I'm sorry, but at the moment, Middlesbrough, they beat Tottenham last night, and Luton are beating Chelsea. You mad? That's mad. I'm going to go for 3-3. I honestly am. I think this would be, actually, goals for Glore. There's always that one game somewhere. 4-3 Middlesbrough. Yeah, I've called it. 4-3 Middlesbrough. If I get that right, you need to come to me for the lottery tickets, because I do not know how. But yeah, moving on to Preston versus Bournemouth. What a game. Preston 12, Bournemouth 2nd. Bournemouth on absolutely spiralling form. Out of control form. Brilliant. 4 wins in a row. No one seems like stopping them. Can Preston be the team that does? No. I'm sorry, but no. Bournemouth look brilliant. They look absolutely brilliant. And I think Jamal Lowe has really come into his own. He really has. And it's good stuff for Bournemouth fans to see. Now, Bournemouth are doing so well. And yeah. Alright, moving on to Reading versus Millwall. Reading losing relegation scrap from that Derby County. Barnsley is back on. I'm going to go 2-0 Millwall. Millwall's such a hard team to beat, especially for Reading. Don't be too upset on yourself, because it's a hard game to beat a Millwall side who just beat Sheffield United, fighting for playoffs. It's going to be tough, but Millwall, they look good. They look very good, and that result over Sheffield United was absolutely critical, and they needed it. So really good for Millwall point of view. But Reading, they do need to just pick up a few, about 4, 5, 6 wins in the next games to try and stay up. But yes, it'll be interesting. Moving on to QPR versus Cardiff. QPR look meh. They're in the playoffs, but scraping playoffs. And Cardiff City looking all right, but not the best. They're 18th. They're starting to pick up some form at the wrong time. They're not going to get anywhere apart from about mid-table. So, Cardiff, they can try and carry this form into next season, try and hit playoffs, try and get into the Premier League. But for me now, it's going to be a 1-1. I just don't see a winner. This game, QPR Cardiff, you're like, whoa, what a game! But nah, it's alright, but it's not the best. Moving on to Swansea City versus Coventry City, the City derby. What game this is going to be though? It's going to be interesting. Coventry City, they look alright. We do look alright, to be fair. We pick up some big results, and some late goals. We're the late team show. If you're 1-0 up or 0-0 and you turn into the 90th minute, be scared when you're playing us. And I'm going to predict a 92nd minute Gyökeres winner. 1-0 to Coventry City. Is that what I'm hearing? 92nd minute Gyökeres winner. If I get that right, call the lottery. Come to me and ask for lottery tickets again. If I predict 4-3 Middlesbrough, then I'm just a joke. And if I predict a 1-0 Cov, 92nd minute Gyökeres. I'm sensing it though, aren't I? Right, moving on to Stoke City versus Blackpool, the last game before we do get into the table part. It's alright. Blackpool just come up doing absolutely phenomenal for their standards. They've come up from League One and no one expected them to do this well, but they're 14th. They're doing absolutely brilliantly. And Stoke City look alright, mid-table again. I'm going to go for a scrappy 1-1. Alright, there we go. That is. When you see me again. That is my predictions. I'll see you guys for the table. See you guys. And this is the table, and all my predictions are up. Well, all the predictions I did are all up there, and this is the table. So yeah, in 24th is Peterborough United, 23rd Barnsley, 22nd Derby County, 21st Reading, 20th Birmingham, 19th Hull, 18th Cardiff, 17th Swansea City, 16th Bristol City, 15th Stoke City, 4th Blackpool, 13th Preston, 12th West Brom, 11th Millwall, 10th Nottingham Forest, 9th Coventry City, 8th Luton Town, 7th Sheffield United, 6th Middlesbrough, 5th Blackburn Rovers, 4th QPR, 3rd Huddersfield Town, 2nd Bournemouth, and 1st Fulham. We will sneak up one place and we'll go only 1 point off the playoffs. And we're level on points with Luton and Sheffield United. 1 point off Middlesbrough. We'll only be 3 points off Blackburn and QPR. This playoffs, all my predictions are right, and they're not that snazzy, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. What game this is gonna be? I'm gonna start playing some hard teams, so watch out for all the videos. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's see how well I do. And if I get the Gyökeres correct, you've got to sign me up for a genius. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye.